when you are disciplined and attractive, right? Many people are not going to like you, especially a lot of men that are, and let me preface this before I use this word. I do not mean it in a demeaning way, and I do not mean it as in you're superior to anybody, okay? But let's be honest, it is from men who are of lesser caliber than you. And when I say lesser caliber, I don't necessarily mean this, like I said earlier, in a demeaning way that they're not valuable in this world. What I'm saying is that the way that they live and their lifestyle is of less caliber. Their work ethic is of less caliber. Their attraction is maybe of lesser caliber. And that is all their fault. Okay, even though they might try to blame everything else on earth, they are going to blame everyone else. Okay, and unfortunately, when you are looking good, when you are very disciplined, especially if you get attraction from other ladies, right? Especially if a lot of women talk about you, right? If your name is thrown around, right, by young ladies, and there's talk, right? There's talk about you and how a lot of young ladies are they're attracted to you and they find you attractive, or they're talking about you in a way that is sexual, right? A lot of men are not gonna like that whatsoever. As a matter of fact, probably most of them, okay? And I'm gonna get right into it. First of all, this is Tarik Talks. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me on this rainy Houston day. If you hear that little drip drop, it's the rain, all right? So, guys, do not think for 1 second when you start improving, when you start getting more disciplined, do not think everything is going to be sunshine, flowers, roses. Don't think that when you are self-improving that confetti is going to fall out the sky, okay? And a big sign in the air is going to say congratulations. Not at all. As a matter of fact, you're probably going to get hated on more than you are going to get accepted by, as I mentioned earlier, these aforementioned lesser men. Like I said, they're not lesser because they're lesser value. It's their fault. They don't put the work in. They see you. They see that you're disciplined. They see that you walk confidently. They see that you perform whatever it is that you're doing very well. They see that you're not part of the crowd, right? This is going to be listen, fellas, this is going to be especially true if you don't engage in their petty gossip, all that dumb shit, right? Meaning, if you're not involved in their low vibrational, low quality activities, they are not going to like you. And a lot of times they roll in groups, right? They roll in groups of haters. And these guys, usually some of the signs that you could look for, right? And I'm telling, look, this is not going to apply to every single guy, right? This is not going to apply to every single guy. If you're still in your self-improvement journey, you're definitely going to see this, right? Or if you're a man that is disciplined, right? You obviously take care of yourself. You obviously stand out. This is the main thing that's going to get you hated on. Is the fact that you stand out from all of the group, okay? Let's face it. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, and let's get to the real topic. Most men do not work out. Most men look like they haven't slept in fucking 5 days straight, right? A lot of men, not most, I'm gonna say a lot of men look like they just rolled out of bed, right? They come into work, look like they just rolled out of bed. They don't even look like they take pride in themselves. And I'm not saying this from a place of me on a pedestal. I used to be just like this, right? When my life used to be in complete shambles, I used to be out of shape as hell. I never really hated on anybody like that. You feel me? We've all, let's just be honest, we've all been envious of somebody. That's just human nature. But I was a slob, right? So I just came in looking like shit, okay? And wherever I went, it looked like I didn't take care of my appearance. You dig what I'm saying? And these are the main guys that are going to be hating on you. The people that are going to be hating on you are men. And like I said, I'm gonna be focusing on men haters, right? They're gonna be guys that usually have a shitty life at home, right? Their old lady looks like let's be nice here. She's not the most flattering young lady, okay? I'm trying to be nice here. And she treats this guy like utter shit, okay? So he's getting treated like shit at home, right? He does his life, and I'm telling you this, guys. I'm just letting you know the truth. I'm letting you know what it is. Their personal life is in complete shambles. It just shows in their physicality. It shows in their conversation. 90% of their conversation is negative. Okay. And here you come, right? You're very disciplined. You're not engaging in that nonsense. You're not very engaged. They notice that you are on the outskirts of gossiping about whatever's going on, right? You're not really into that he said, she said shit, okay? And they notice that, and they hate that. They don't like that. They also notice what I alluded to earlier. A lot of young ladies will be commenting about you, right? They'll be making remarks, okay, like, oh man, that boy, you know, like this is what the young ladies will be saying. They'll be saying how, you know, how they find you attractive, and you know, how they would do some stuff to you, okay? Because young ladies, they do get graphic with their conversations as well. And trust and believe, these men, they will catch wind to it. They will notice that young ladies are looking at you. They will notice that young ladies are paying attention to you. And guess what? They're not getting paid any attention. But guess what else, though? It's not your fault. It's their fault. See, the difference between a man that's self-disciplined and a man that just wants to sit there and complain, bitch and complain about how it's everybody else's fault, right? They want to complain about how it's this guy's fault. They want to complain about how it's the supervisor's fault. They want to complain about how it's the white man's fault. They want to complain. They want to blame the whole world, but they never go to the mirror, look in that motherfucker and say, hey, look, what did Michael Jackson say? What is the words of Michael Jackson? I'm starting with the man in the mirror, aka accountability. A lot of these guys do not have accountability. They will blame the climate change. They will blame global warming for their problems, right? No, it's not the fact that I go home and I abuse narcotics, right? It's not the fact that I'm awake to 3 a.m, right? And I wake up groggy as hell, looking like an absolute corpse coming into work, right? No, it's not. That's not the problem. What the problem is my supervisor. The problem is that guy walking down the street, right? The problem is that girl over there sitting down, drinking her Starbucks. It's their fault. It's not my fault. No, I'm talking about. And as soon as this person realizes that it's their fault, they're going to be stuck in the same crab. They're going to be stuck in that same bucket full of the other crabs. And unfortunately, the men that are self-disciplined, the men that do get eyes from other people, right? The men that garner respect from other people, because not everyone is going to have this sort of nasty attitude to you. Some people will actually like you. Some people will be very friendly to you, right? Some people will actually want to come around you. And those are people that are comfortable in themselves, right? They're not necessarily the most affluent. They're not necessarily the most, and I'm not either. I'm just a regular fucking guy that made a YouTube page, right? I always tell you guys, I'm just an Arab that has a YouTube page. Nothing more and nothing less, okay? I'm an average guy. You feel me? But, the people that are going to be attracted to you are people that are confident in themselves. And hell, some of these people might be average and they have a happier life than you do, even though you're self-disciplined and all that. But that's because internally they're comfortable with themselves. On the other hand, the aforementioned people, the ones that are always talking down on you, the ones that are always whispering to each other, the ones that are always talking shit about you to the females, right? Because this is something else. Fellas, let me know in the comment section if this ever happened to you, or type a 1 if you've reached this far into the video, so I know that you feeling me, so that I know you digging these blues. God damn it, these are the same guys that are going to be talking about you to the females, right? They're gonna see, this is what's gonna happen. This is exactly what's gonna happen. They're going to see how young ladies, right, attractive young ladies that they want, they're gonna see how they're interacting with you. They're gonna get pissed off. They're not gonna like that shit, because they're wondering to themselves, hey, look, why is she acting so friendly towards him? She was treating me like I'm her redheaded stepbrother. This is what's gonna happen. They're gonna see that. They're gonna talk shit about you behind your back to this young lady, right? They're gonna be like, oh, look at him, he think he this, or look at him, that boy coming in, you know, all dressed up and shit like that, and looking gay and stuff. They're gonna say that type of stuff. How do I know? It's happened to me before. Unfortunately, it's happened to me before, but you know what? It's all good, because all that's gonna happen is this chick is gonna end up smashing you, right? Speaking from experience, I've told this story a couple of times, how guys will come and start hating on me, right, in front of this chick, right? And you know what? I'm gonna say this: I respect them for hating me in front of that female. I will, in an odd, ironic type of paradoxical way, give them their respect for disrespecting me in front of this broad, okay? Or, excuse me, young lady. Excuse me. This young lady. You feel what I'm saying? But 90%, and I still ended up getting with this young lady, okay? But 90% of the time, these guys are gonna talk shit behind your back to this chick. They're gonna tell her how you're such this, and oh, look at him, look at what he's wearing, or, you know, look at him, he be hitting the gym, he think he fly and stuff. And this whole time, this guy talking all of this mess, he looks like an absolute troll, okay? This guy looks like he has not slept in a couple of days. His clothes look like they might need an ironing or two, okay? His clothes look like they might need a sew or two, okay? It looks like this young man needs to go to a dry cleaner, okay? Or possibly go to the store, buy himself some newer garments. And on his way to buy the new garments, he might want to pick up some sleep medicine, okay? He might want to pick up a sleeping aid so he can go to sleep for a little bit, so the huge bags under his eyes can vanish, okay? And this young man can also hit a Whole Foods, Sprouts, or Trader Joe's, depending on what area he lives in, and he can buy himself some fruits and some Whole Foods so he can reverse some of that aging that's going on, right? From all the hard narcotics. But this is the type of person that's going to be talking about you behind your back to this young lady. So, moral of the story is, don't feel threatened, because it's not you that should feel threatened. It's them that feels threatened. And they're going to talk mess about you. They're going to talk trash. They're not going to like you because they see you shining. They see you are different. Okay? So with that being said, be safe out there. Stay hater free. Peace.